And Prost, I would think, getting ready to attack.
And Senna there again locks up his tyres. So Prost does not.
Yes, and that caused him to make a bit of a mess of the entry into that corner. He had to turn in a little bit early as he locked that wheel. See, now it gets going again, but it hurt the turn into the corner. But of course, Prost was unable to do anything about it because there was a bit more to that little wiggle through it, and Senna was able to recover.
The crowd is silent, as well they might be, because this is a really riveting fight. Now we've got that. It is Larari, followed by De Cesaris, followed by Martini, followed by Cappy. There's Piquet, then Senna, and then Alain Prost. And Piquet gets the car almost sideways.
Looked like he locked his rear brakes, and he was a bit all over the place, and took Senna a little bit by surprise, in fact. But Senna is in... Piquet's going to block Senna. It looks like he's making Senna go the long way round, and Senna is through. So Piquet successfully negotiated, and he then, of course, helped Prost to let him go. Prost going down the inside, and Prost has got inside Senna, and Prost caught Senna by surprise there. Brilliant piece of driving by Alain Prost. He took the advantage. He was quicker through the fast corner. Senna, I think, was still thinking about Piquet and what had gone on, and wonderful piece of opportunism driving. And that really is, yes, revenge for Canada for Alain Prost, where Senna did that to him.
Well, Piquet, there'll be a lot of discussion about that after the race, but Piquet certainly didn't help Senna. And Alain Prost, that was quite one of the most superb bits of opportunistic driving I've ever seen.
Yes, I don't think you could say that Piquet interfered with Senna at all. He moved over to the right-hand side of the track, gave Senna a clear run at the corner. I think the effect he did have, though, was to psych Senna and deflect Ayrton's concentration away from Alain Prost, and thereby just allowing that door to be left open. But it's by no means over yet. Prost has got back markers in front that he's got to get inside, because Senna is right there behind him.
Now Alain Prost is in the lead, and now he will be charging to try and build a cushion. The gap is just under a second, and Prost may well, if he's on the plus side as far as fuel consumption is concerned, and he will know that from his fuel readouts, be able to turn up the boost a bit, try and get away from Senna, which would make Senna respond with his boost control. They're coming up now to catch Andrea De Cesaris in the Real, who has already been lapped, is in 11th place. And the race order on lap 63, Prost leading, Senna second, Alboreto third in the Ferrari, Berger is still running in 4th place in the second Ferrari, Piquet, who has been lapped, is 5th. Nannini leading the 3.5 litre cars in the Benetton is 6th. Nakajima is 7th. Gugelmin is 8th. Shiva 9th. Capelli 10th. De Cesaris, who has been caught, is in 11th place. And Alex Cathy is 12th and has been lapped twice. Fastest man on the course, still Alain Prost. 1 minute 11 seconds, 0.74. Nicola Larini out of the French Grand Prix on lap 64 in the Osella, or rather out of the Osella now. And it looks as though at the present moment Alain Prost is going to make it 4 wins out of 7 races against Ayrton Senna's 3 wins in 7 races. Once again, if they stay where they are, McLaren will have finished 1st and 2nd in a Grand Prix, as they did at Detroit, as they did in Canada, as they did in Mexico, and as they did in San Marino. It looks as though my forecast that both Ferraris were going to be lapped before the end of the race will be proved to be wrong. That will be largely because the McLaren drivers are watching their fuel so very carefully. Senna is now on his last lap, nearly half a minute. Here he is behind Prost.
Yes, and a really masterful drive by Alain Prost. certainly deserved his win because he has dominated this race meeting on home territory, a Grand Prix that he really needed to win from the point of view of the championship, and he did it in grand style. He got the pole position and he out-qualified Senna all weekend and outdrove him basically, and I think he looked after his fuel better. Senna was scratching, was having to use more fuel in the first half of the race to stay with Prost, and when Prost finally got by him, we saw the result that Senna had in fact been living in a bit of a fool's paradise because Prost had such a huge fuel advantage. So there he is.
There is Alain Prost with both arms out of the cockpit, full of joy at having won the French Grand Prix to increase his World Championship lead with his 32nd Grand Prix victory, his fourth of 1988. And we wait now as the Ferrari comes through of Michele Alboreto. He has been lapped, but he's in third place. And we're waiting now for Ayrton Senna to come through. And there he is, Ayrton Senna, finishing the French Grand Prix, just coasting across the line. He's going to pull in and stop almost immediately. And the race result of the French Grand Prix is victory for Alain Prost in the McLaren. Second, Ayrton Senna, McLaren. Third on the same lap, Michele Alboreto, Ferrari. Fourth is Gerhard Berger. Fifth is Nelson Piquet. Sixth, and the first 3.5-litre car, Alessandro Nannini's Benetton. In the Drivers' World Championship, it is still up at the front, but by an increased margin, Alain Prost, with Ayrton Senna in second position, Gerhard Berger in third position, as he was when this race began. Michele Alboreto has moved up into fourth place, which he shares with Nelson Piquet, and Thierry Boutsen has moved down to sixth position. McLaren, with another 15 points, have made the massive gap between themselves and Ferrari in second place in the Constructors' Championship even greater. Lotus in third position. Benetton, who were third equal, have dropped to fourth, and in fifth position in the Constructors' Championship, Arrows.
I think I was a little bit quicker all around through the track. Not very much, but it was quite easy to stay behind him, so I was already very confident because I was waiting for the good moment to overtake him, but it was not easy.
Alain did a good race and a good victory for him, but up until the moment, I think both cars were very similar. We had a good fight, and I think I drove my best, and I believe that from the next races, if we both have similar cars with no problem for any of us, we should have very exciting races, even more than this one.
I was a little bit more confident because I was a little bit quicker in the race. So when I had 3 or 4 seconds advantage, and then I lost in one lap 2 or 3 seconds. But I was not very worried because I could stay on front quite easily. But also I had this good opportunity, and it's good for the future because it makes me maybe more confident for the next race.
And now the thing that you've all been waiting for, the results of the competition. Now actually it hasn't been easy because there were thousands of entries. But before I give you the winners, here are the answers to the questions. Question 1 related to the first Grand Prix at Silverstone in 1948. We wanted to know who won it. The answer was Luigi Villaresi driving a Maserati. Question 2 asked how many Grand Prix have there been at Silverstone since 1950? The answer is 21. Question 3 was, why was Ayrton Senna disqualified from last year's Australian Grand Prix? And the answer is